Robbins, Michael Robbins, and Bruce Creel.
Hello, my name is Jordon Holbert. I am a resident of Newport Beach. I'm here today to speak regarding the proposal to spend $1.5 million for homelessness services on the Santa Ana riverbed. I'd like to start off by breaking a rule and strongly commending Supervisor Spitzer for acknowledging the crisis that is currently occurring there, and for reaching out to his fellow Board of Supervisor members to reach an agreement that's amenable to all parties. I would strongly encourage you to pass that. Regarding some concerns that activists have, the biggest concern I've seen is the 24-hour police presence. However, we consider this to be reasonable, given the fact that the county is going to be possibly placing restrooms and showers down there. It's necessary to protect the property and the people who are going to be using those services, as well as any aid workers down there. We would only request that that police presence be used to as a way of inhibiting potential violence occurring at the riverbed or potential abuse of people, and not used to criminalize nonviolent acts. We also hope that the Board of Supervisors seeks out activists and members of the homelessness community when they award these contracts if they do pass this proposal. I would also like to speak in favor of agenda number 41, I believe it is, regarding homelessness and veterans. I would strongly encourage the board to pass that. I believe in the 10-year plan they want to they wanted to eliminate veteran homelessness by 2016. That clearly hasn't happened yet. This goes a long way towards that, of course. And I guess back towards the riverbed, I think that I understand the goal is to remove people in the long term between a 6 and 12-month period. I do not think that is possible without a housing trust or some kind of permanent supportive housing. Currently, people in emergency shelters, and the county's current plan is to expand emergency shelters. 70% of them end up back on the streets. Another 12% end up in emergency shelters. So really, an 18% success rate isn't high enough to get people out of homelessness. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name is Jeannine Robbins, and I'm from Anaheim. For 98 years, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus was known as the greatest show on earth. I, however, think that what happens in these chambers should be called the greatest show on earth. 2 weeks ago, we had Supervisor Spitzer waving around his checkbook, vowing to pay the $2,000 permit fee required for the possible placement of the porta potties. In my opinion, he knew that he had zero support from the rest of you, so he would never have to pay the $2,000. What a show that was. Last week, we had headlines stating that Supervisor Spitzer and Joe would like to request $1.5 million for homeless services to the riverbed until permanent housing could be found for these residents. It's a drop in the bucket because I'm not sure which section of the riverbed you're talking about. The encampment between Talbert and Slater is just as big as the one by Angel Stadium. It is time to end these theatrics, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on your 10-year plan to end homelessness. It's 7 years right now with little progress as the homeless crisis is increasing day by day. You have committed zero, let me repeat, zero county resources in the proposed budget to the establishment of permanent affordable housing. Yet Susan Price has stated that 90,000 residents are on the cumulative wait list for one of Orange County's affordable housing units with a 5 to 10-year wait. It's time to commit the resources to end homelessness. I just listened to Supervisor Bartlett speak about elder abuse. Can I report you for elder abuse? Because the number of homeless seniors is astronomical. I would call that abuse. I just watched you give a proclamation to veterans, yet there are almost 500 homeless veterans on our Orange County streets. By failing to implement your own 10-year plan, you are responsible for the miserable quality of life, not only for the homeless population, but the housed residents that are impacted by the unhoused residents. Please do something now. Drastic times require drastic measures. It is time to act now. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Touch it.
They'll turn on back here.
Well, 72 is the number so far, 72 dead on the street, and the average age is 50. Some say it's about public health. We say it's about homeless health. Criminalization, confiscation, harassment, lack of proper sanitation facilities and clean water causes premature death. I believe we figured that out about 10,000 years ago as mankind. This is where I am. The true evil is when a good man sees a wrong and does nothing, and we're here to do that. And I do have to say, as activists, we're going to be here for a long time fighting for this. Also, we do have jobs. So after we speak, sometimes we leave early. I'll work for a couple hours, and then we'll go to the Anaheim City Council tonight, perhaps till midnight. These current policies, the current policies in place, are killing them fast. I hope you can bring the services there. I hope that there's 2 other votes, along with 2 votes, and make it 4 total for any money to bring them services at this particular time. But I do believe we're way, way behind on the services at this particular time. We have a 10-year plan, and I believe we're behind by about $250 million on helping these people. The obvious exponential growth in the homeless population will see OC hemorrhaging and homeless in the next few years unless we start addressing this with a lot of money right away. And we have to do something to refigure this. And we have to throw a lot of money at it because you're way, way behind. I'm not sure how this happened. You know, we step into it, and now I'm looking at it, we're going like, what, 50 million we could probably use this year, but we're behind a $250 million. And I think we have to come up with that money somewhere. How are you guys going to come up with that? We're way behind. Let's do something, and let's do something fast, because I'm seeing people dying out there. When they take away their stuff, when they put them back on the street with nothing, I see that they're committing suicide, and I can send you that stuff if you'd like. Also, of course, I will send it to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.